All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hein Fiber, and no, we are, in fact, not dead. We have just had some scheduling issues, and we are here today for a episode of 2.5 Gamers, which is obviously not live on the air because all of our internets are awful right now. But in the future, we will figure out a way to get this back up on stream. But for now, we just got the offline version. So, how are you two doing?
Well, I was dead, actually, but I came back because I had to do a podcast.
Just like Jesus, arisen from the ashes. Roland.
I was thinking more along the lines of Buffy.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the similarity is there, I see it. It's very similar, yeah. Anyway, what's up today, guys? What are we doing? There's no news, is there? It's just E3's done. We're done.
I would like to interject.
Interjection approved.
Can we all have a moment of silence for my dead Xbox?
Yes, a moment of silence.
No, we can't.
There was a moment there, so I'm taking it.
No.
Yeah, in your face, Jake.
Take and run.
Alright. So yeah, E3 stuff. That happened a long time ago.
It was a while ago now, isn't it? It's like at least 2-3 weeks. Long time. And obviously what happens before E3, there's not much news, and after E3, there's not much news, because E3 is where there is news.
That's the news, yeah.
That's the news. Funny thing is that there's not really much breaking news from E3, if we're going to be perfectly honest. Lots of stuff we already knew about, really, was happening. Not really any surprises. I guess the lone surprise was Watch Dogs.
Smart Glass.
Really. No, don't even mention that in my presence.
So good.
Don't even.
I'm so impressed with Smart Glass.
You're a weird guy. In any case, we're going to concentrate, I guess, for the first section of this podcast on what we had going for the prediction game. It was a fun game. And
I won, right?
And we're gonna run down and see what was correct, what was incorrect, and I've got a little tally here. I'll tally it up as we go.
Okay.
So we're gonna
tally.
So we're gonna start off with Microsoft, like we did, and let's just go through. Let's go through each person individually. I think it's probably easier that way. So we'll start with Fizz. This is first on my list.
Because he's not going to have any raid anyway,
well,
so
okay.
Let's get the easy one done.
Fizz said,
Bring it.
Okay, Fizz said that Halo would be shown, which is kind of stupid, but we'll maybe give him a half.
Hey.
But he said it would show the online loadout, is what he said. Now, I'm not sure if this actually happened. Was there anything at all? Because I was not looking at Halo stuff at all. So, I don't think it did
either. I missed that.
I actually don't think they didn't go into depth about the loadouts. So, I think they did do a little online, but that's it.
Okay. I think I'm going to give you a quarter point for that, because Halo at the Microsoft...
quarter point!
I'm giving you a quarter point, because Halo at the Microsoft press conference doesn't deserve a half point. That doesn't even... That's...
Sure.
Okay.
This is kind of true, though.
It's true. Anyway, we have more Kinect and a sports demo, apparently. Fizz.
That did happen.
Really, though?
Demo?
I don't think Usher is a sports demo.
No, Joe Montana came out.
That's true, there was a sports demo. But you said, there was Kinect and he's right, he does get a point for that, because he was using voice commands with the sports game.
That's right.
So, Fizz gets the full point. I didn't even realize that.
Try to rob me of points.
That's correct. So you're at 1 1/4 so far, dude.
I bet I win by a quarter point, by the way.
Maybe. Okay, your third one was a Kinect game that doesn't suck.
Which,
the Marvel fighting game.
You can't get a point for that.
Sorry, I'm sorry, we can't give you
the Marvel fighting game.
It was not.
How do you know that game doesn't suck?
Yeah.
To be fair, it's probably gonna suck.
It probably will, but you can't get a point for a game that doesn't suck. That's not going to be coming out for 6 months.
If we saw it, we'd know.
No,
I'm just saying.
So I honestly, okay, we no points awarded. Zil
Yeah.
point. Nil point. Okay, and then we have Skype on Xbox.
Nope.
No mention of that, so no points there. Then Fizz does his cop-out one with new Xbox Live services, new dashboard, which
is completely true.
Yeah, but it's it's a half point. It's a half.
NBA full court access, all the sports stuff.
I'd say it's a half point.
Glass. I'll take a half point. I'm just saying, I was right.
You were right, and it's just a bit vague, I guess.
Yeah, it was vague, but I mean, I don't think anyone was predicting that all that sports stuff was coming, and then plus smart glass.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they talk so much time spent on music and video and just that crap. So much time. Usher that
I skipped right past Usher.
I made a cup of tea.
Well, that's why you didn't think the conference didn't suck. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I went and made a cup of tea, came back, Usher was still playing. It was sad times. But yes, that's that. So, Fizz's last one was 720 playable demo, which was of course completely untrue. So, Fizz totals up at 1 3/4 points.
Yeah, baby.
1 3/4 points.
Let's go.
For round 1. Okay, so Jake, let's have a look at yours. You have Forza Horizons as your first point, and I do not think that was announced. So
I don't think it was either.
There was something Forza shown, wasn't there? There was something in the trailer.
Maybe, but
there might have been like a tease.
Might be. I think. Well, it was with the Gears tease, wasn't it? That was the Gears tease, and then after that, there was some racing thing. I think it might have. I'm not sure. But I don't think that works. So we're not going to get a point there. Kinect will be the main focus. Now, I'm not sure whether to give this one to you because there was a lot. I'd
argue that the dashboard was the main focus.
I think so. I think the dashboard and the services was really the focus of their conference. Kinect had a pretty heavy presence, but I'm not sure if I would
take a quarter point.
Give him a quarter point.
I'll give you a quarter point for that because there was a lot of Kinect, but it wasn't quite there. We'll take a quarter point there. $99 Xbox. No word at all on that. Nothing.
Fuck you, Microsoft. I wanted that one.
Yeah, me too.
Not getting it. And then we have Windows 8 integration cross-platform with PC, which technically with the smart glass stuff, kind of true. So I think I'm going to give you a point for that one because that did really that did happen.
I'd fight you if you didn't give him a point. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. So I'm not sure what else they said about it. It was really just the smart glass stuff, wasn't it?
There was more to it, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, this was 3 weeks ago, but I remember them talking a bit about Windows 8 and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so we have next thing is Respawn Entertainment will have their exclusive game for Xbox, and that didn't happen. So that's a shame. No points there. Then the final one, Kinect enabled Internet Browser. They mentioned Internet Explorer, but nothing to do with Kinect, I don't think. It was just part of their services.
Sure I think it's just there, so.
I'll give you a quarter point because Internet Explorer.
Cool.
How about that?
So I have 1.5.
So we got Fizz flying high so far with 1 3/4.
By a quarter? He's winning by a quarter point!
What did I tell you, fool?
He is.
No!
1
What the fuck?
and a half. Okay. Now to mine. Let's have a look at mine. Okay. Kinect and Halo 4 will be a thing. That's what I said.
Wow. Wow. That's a quarter point.
No, I think what he meant was
a thing together.
Yes!
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
No, he was saying they're both gonna be
They're
there.
gonna be there.
They'll both be a thing.
That would be like an 1/8 of a point.
Yeah.
16th.
Yeah. No, look, I gave you a quarter point for Halo 4 being there, so
yeah, but you said Kinect and Halo 4.
I think I deserve a quarter point because there was no Kinect, but Halo 4 was there, right? Am I right? I think so.
Yeah, but your point was that they would be integrated together. You just said that it would be there.
Yeah,
I didn't say it would be there. I said they would show online stuff, and they did, but they not the online thing that I said.
Okay, Halo 4 was there, so I'm giving myself a quarter point because Fizz has got. Yeah, okay, we're all even here. Okay, let's chill out.
But we're not all even. You have a quarter of a point.
Yay! Okay, Black Ops 2 will be a centerpiece with trailer demo announcement that Microsoft will have exclusive DLC, and that was all correct, so I get 1 point for that. The third one I have is weird one, which DBZ Connect will be demoed on stage, and the guy will look like an idiot. And I was gonna give myself like an eighth of a point for this. And
no, you don't get one.
my reasoning.
I know what you're gonna say, but it doesn't count.
My reasoning is that in the Fable the Journey trailer, the guy did a Kamehameha in the trailer.
Doesn't matter. You don't get a point.
No.
I also don't think you should get a full point for saying Black Ops 2, and then Microsoft will get DLC first, because both of these things we knew were going to happen, but...
We didn't necessarily know they were going to happen. It was likely, but, you know, I put like 3 different things and they all came true, so I think that deserves a point, because I didn't just say...
I'm okay with that point there, yeah.
I didn't say Black Ops 2 will be there, I gave specifics, so we'll go with that. Fable 4 will be announced. Nil point. Did not happen. Microsoft will make mention of the 720, but won't reveal the name. Maybe specs will be revealed to jab at Nintendo. And I would like to give myself a quarter of a point because they did jab at Nintendo, but it wasn't with the 720, it was with Smart Glass instead. So...
What do you mean by jab at Nintendo?
As in, because I thought basically the 720 was going to have some kind of specs kind of shown off so that it would...
So they would be like, oh, we're better than Nintendo still.
News coming out, but hey, look at this is what's going to blow this out of the water. And then Microsoft comes out with Smart Glass, which is kind of like, hey, look at this is going to blow the Wii U out of the water type thing.
Well, it's gonna.
So, sure, you believe that. So I think I'm going to give myself a quarter point for that. I think that's a deserved quarter point.
So am I still in the lead by a quarter point?
You
so
are.
far, yes.
You are.
Then I'm okay with give yourself a quarter point.
Because my final prediction was that Microsoft Portable will be relieved.
Yeah.
Revealed.
Relieved. It would be relieved.
It would be.
I was relieved that it didn't get shown,
Yeah.
So, though, I would just like to say, Microsoft has announced that they're going to have a tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, no one cares. Anyway, moving swiftly onward.
Well, my point is, you were close.
Yes.
But it also came out after E3, so you don't get anything.
Yeah, anyway. Moving onwards, so at the end of round 1, we have Fizz at 1 3/4, Jake at 1.5, and myself at 1.5.
You can't see it, but my hand is raised high above the sky.
Alright, okay, we'll see. We'll see how it goes as we continue on in our journey. Okay.
Can we do the Nintendo one? Because I know I failed that one, and I think I make up for it in the Sony.
Okay, we'll do Nintendo next. We'll go for that.
Let's go for it.
Alright, so Fizz.
God, nope.
This is awkward because I listened through the podcast and I only heard 5 from Fizz. I'm not sure if you forgot one or...
I might have just went oh, that was mine as well.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe you can pick one up, but I only have 5 for you.
Yeah.
We'll go through these and we'll see if you can remember your other one. Okay, so Fizz said there will be a full launch list, and I'm going to give you that point because Nintendo came out and said what we are showing at E3 is the launch lineup, launch and launch window. So all the games...
Yeah, baby.
Launch window. So I will give you a point for that. That is justifiable, definitely.
A full point, though, because you said the full release.
Okay. At this point, I don't think Nintendo have anything else left to reveal. They should, if they didn't do it at E3, then it was kind of stupid. I'm pretty sure that is the full launch lineup. There might be 1 or 2 different things, but that seems like what's going to be at launch. So I am kind of happy.
I'm pretty spot on. Come on.
I'm happy with giving you that. So next up, 3DS redesign didn't happen, so nothing there. Yeah. Smash Brothers new characters. Smash Brothers wasn't even mentioned, so not happening. Fizz says that their online structure would be done by themselves. Now, we actually don't know anything still further on that online structure. We know some things about the Miiverse and everything, but we don't actually know if there's an external company working on it so far. So that one's kind of a bit of a grey area.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quarter point because the Miiverse was there, and that kind of looks like something that Nintendo would do themselves.
I'll take that.
I don't think you should get anything because nothing is concrete. If it's a gray area, then we don't know either way.
Okay, so I'll give you nothing for that then as well. So
that's fair as well.
That's all right. And then Fizz says a Wii U name change, which didn't happen either. Do you remember what your 6th one was?
No, it's probably one of your guys' and I was like, oh yeah, that's mine as well, so I probably didn't talk about it.
Alright, okay.
If I hear it and I remember it, I'll chime in.
Okay, so we'll go with Jake next. Retro will release their game, it will be Donkey Kong. No mention of Retro. So sad. Yeah, that was.
Did I actually say it would be Donkey Kong?
You said
Not that
would
it
be
would
Donkey Kong,
matter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that was that.
Okay.
We have.
I didn't think I was that specific.
Actually, my prediction was that I thought that Pikmin 3 would be.
Oh, I remember now because you said it was something else. I said I'm going to say it's Donkey Kong, so
Yes.
at the very least I could pick up a half point or a full one if I'm right. Okay, yeah, okay.
Right. Okay. The next one you had was that you wanted American releases for Fire Emblem and Layton vs. Phoenix Wright, and I will give you a half point for that because Fire Emblem was leaked by Reggie after the 3DS conference. A journalist asked him whether Fire Emblem was coming out, and Reggie was like, yeah, dude, isn't it on the press release? And the guy was like, no, it's not on the press release, and Reggie was like, oops. So that kind of stood out. So you gotta thank Reggie for that half point there because you wouldn't have had it otherwise.
Reggie, I know you're listening, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, homie.
For him,
right
just
now.
leaking games. But there you go. We all knew it was coming anyway, so there you go. Then Jake had Smash Brothers tease, but no mention. That doesn't make sense. What Smash Brothers tease, but no mention? I don't understand.
Like, they won't talk about it, but maybe you'll see a clip, like a really quick.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like in a sizzle reel.
Given, but yeah.
Yeah,
regardless, it didn't happen, so it doesn't matter.
It didn't happen. I can't give you that. And then you have no friend codes on Wii U, and the online will be given to Origin. Technically, friend codes.
No friend codes.
Technically, friend codes do exist still, apparently. I mean, there's lots of people debating this at the moment. Nintendo haven't been very specific on it, so we don't actually know. But some people say that it's account-based. It is an account-based system. We know it's an account-based system. We just don't know whether friend codes still exist. I think maybe it's a bit more easy to add them. I don't think I can give you anything.
You don't need to give me anything for
because
that.
It's just too grey. We don't really know. And then we have Banjo-Kazooie on Wii U, which is obviously not happening. And then the Wii U will have no launch date or price, so I can give you a full point for that one.
Bam, bitches!
Okay, is anything there that you thought that you did as well?
I might have said something about the Wii U.
Didn't you say that the Wii U would get a launch date?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So you don't get a point. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Is this not on yours too, Zed? And I was
Yeah,
the one that said,
okay. Yeah. No, I said that it wouldn't get a release date either, so we both get a point for that. So there we go.
Yeah, I went rogue.
So I get a point for
All
that.
I know is, if that Banjo-Kazooie thing came through, I should just get to win.
Oh yeah,
I knew it would happen, but...
Hands down. So, what are we going on next? Okay, Retro Studios will announce the new Wii project, Star Fox. Nope, nothing from Retro, so I don't get anything for that. EAD Tokyo working on a new 3D Mario game. Nothing at all about that. Mario Sunshine 2 on 3DS. Nope. F-Zero on Wii U. Nope. And Valve will be behind the online infrastructure. As I've said before, we know nothing about the online infrastructure. So, no.
So the guy who does Nintendo doesn't get a single point.
Nope. Because I was a bit optimistic, and Nintendo were like, "Hey, bro, let's just suck real hard right now."
That Lego game looks good though.
It does. Yeah, well, I'm excited.
Hey,
Probably going to be
Lego
the
makes
game I get.
game. You go fuck yourself.
No, I'm serious though. That Lego game looks really cool.
I actually like the look of it. It looks very good. I'm very impressed.
Also, I play Lego games. I'm just saying. I like Lego Star Wars. Anyways,
all the Lego
so
games.
what's the score right now before Sony?
Okay, so before Sony, the score is Fizz is on 2 3/4.
Yes.
Got 1 point there. I am on 2.5, some lag behind. Jake is taking the lead with with 3. Sorry, he had 1.5 in each category, so he's on 3. He's running.
I'm losing by a quarter.
E3
Let's go.
fuckers.
Okay. And here we are at Le Sony. And Fizz, let's go through yours first of all.
Let's do.
Full All-Stars roster. I can give you 2 30-seconds of a point because 2 characters were revealed.
Yeah.
I don't know what to really give you for that. It's too minimal. It's 2 characters. It's not.
Yeah, I don't think you
I don't
can.
think
Fuck the points.
We're getting into semantics if we give you
Yeah.
an eighth of a point, so can't do it.
Right. Go ahead.
The Last of Us will be a Spotlight demo. Yep, I guess that's true. Get a point for that. Vita will make up 50% of the conference. Pretty untrue. Vita was very barren.
I was very shocked.
You know, apart from the Assassin's Creed Vita game, nothing much major for the Vita, which is really shocking, to be honest.
Except for the All-Stars cross.
The book was.
What do you say, Jake?
Except for the All-Stars cross-platform, that was
Oh,
really
yeah, that as well. We kind of knew that.
Certainly not 50%.
No,
Nope.
No way near. Then we have Vita price drop, which didn't happen either. We have the joke one, which was George Lucas will come down on the stage, Battlefield.
Wait, read it all.
That's all I wrote down.
Oh, well, okay. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember he would come through in a zip line.
Comes through on a zip line, which was
shaped like a Millennium Falcon.
Yes, Millennium Falcon zip line onto the stage. He says Battlefield 3 and walks off.
Walks away.
That's right.
Battlefront 3. Yes, and he walks off. So that's that.
So that didn't happen.
And then Fizz is getting no more points because he said PS4 announcement and PS4 Connect because he's an idiot. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
The book?
That does not count as anything. Wonder Book does not count for any points. Even
It's
if you
almost
predicted
like
it.
the PS3 version of the Kinect.
No. You said PS4 Connect anyway, so it doesn't even count.
Damn.
Okay, Jay, let's move on to yours. You have GTA 5 release date and footage, neither of which happened.
Like, what the hell?
Rockstar don't care about E3 apparently.
Yeah. They weren't even there. I thought they were.
PlayStation Plus overhaul. Now, I'm thinking of giving you the full
I'll
point.
take a quarter point. I don't think any more than that.
I don't think that you should get a full point really because it was improved upon and there's some nice stuff, but it wasn't a major overhaul. So, for that.
If you want to give me anything, I'll take a quarter.
We'll give you a quarter for that because it was upgraded. I mean, there's lots of good stuff on it now, so I agree with that. Last of Us Spring 2013 release date. Now, this is a point of contention here because I technically can't give this to you even though it's correct just because the release date for Last of Us was announced after E3 had finished. So it is a bit
I
of
put
kick
that
in
in my head as a point. So even if I don't win, if that point that I know in my heart I should have,
Look, I'll give you a
I'll still
quarter.
count
I'll give you a
myself as a
quarter
winner.
for it. I'll give you a quarter for it.
No, it's fine. Just it came after, so it's not actually part of the E3. I won't take it.
All right.
But in my head, I'm counting it.
Okay, we'll just leave it at 0 then. Quantic Dream will have a new game called 5, but Quantic Dream did have a new
I didn't
game.
say for sure it would be 5. I said that was a speculation.
Okay, that was a speculation, but I'll give you the point because Beyond was there. It was a very central piece of their conference, so there you go. You get a point for that. Star Wars Battlefront 3, Nope, and Monster Hunter Vita and PS3 in America, not happening. So there you go.
Not yet, anyway.
Nope.
Don't lose faith, little guy.
Lose faith. Didn't happen at E3.
Here are mine. Let's have a look here. I said Infamous Vita announced with demo in 2013 release. Did not happen. No news on any Infamous game so far. Kind of surprising. And then I said COD Vita released this holiday, which was correct. So I get a point there for COD Vita.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
I'm just part of the conference, so I'm actually surprised that
We haven't
right
seen
there.
a pixel of footage, but they said Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified is coming to the Vita this holiday.
Yeah.
No, you can have the point. I just didn't catch that on the conference.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of glazed over it. There was just the logo shown, so it wasn't a
I
real
remember that.
announcement. I really think they should have done that because I think they should have had a trailer for it, to be honest. But there you go. And I said PlayStation All-Stars and Vita version unveiled, which turned out to be true. So getting another point there.
Technically, it's one game and it just goes together. But yeah, you get a point.
I get a point there. Okay. Then I said there will.
I just like what they did with that, where it's actually one game and it's cross-platform. I think that's kind of cool.
It is very cool because I mean you can use the Vita as a controller, so that's very smart.
Smart glass.
Well, there will be no mention of the PS4, not even saying that they will be working on a new platform. And that was true as well. So that
I'm hesitant to give you a full
I'll
point.
give
That's a
myself
cop-out one right there.
that is a cop. I'll give myself a half because that wasn't really.
I'm okay with a half point.
Yep.
Okay. And then I said, Naughty Dog Team 2 will unveil a new IP and it won't be Uncharted. Nothing from
And
them
you
at
were
all.
wrong.
Nothing from. And Last Guardian will be shown in release date given, which was wrong.
And you're wrong.
So.
I think Jake won. Unless I'm mistaken. Unless you won.
So we have Fizz in third place with 3 3/4 points. And then Jake, 4 1/4. But me, from being in last in the final round with Sony, take it with 5 points.
It's impressive.
So really, I still win, because in my head, I still get that extra point. So
technically
I win by, what was it, a quarter?
Yeah,
or
you
a half?
have 4 1/4.
So I technically have 5 1/4 in my head. I don't care what you guys say.
It was true.
I should get a half a point for predicting that someone would win by a quarter point.
Really though?
Because technically it's 3/4 of a point, because we're not counting it officially, but I still win. Even if I didn't get a single point, I'd still win.
The thing I like is that how I had points all like laid out, and we didn't go by my point system at all. So it was great. That was good. So I'm pretty impressed overall with our predictions, considering that we aimed pretty high overall, and E3 didn't really give us the sort of announcements we expected. So I'd say that's pretty legit.
I think I should get another point just because I told you that the Nintendo conference is gonna suck.
No. Unawarded. So
it's still going in my head, so now I'm up by 2 1/4.
So I win the trophy, the trophy of the year of E3, and then we'll see if anyone can claim it next year.
The 2.5 Gamers E3 award.
Yep. There we go.
I feel like we should have like the tabletop, the cheerleader trophy they got on eBay for like $2. And then
good call.
Yeah.
We should ship it out to you.
They apparently have more in their budget than we do, because we can't even get that.
Yeah, we have no budget.
We have zero budget.
Hey, you guys get paid for what you do online. I don't. You guys have the money. You're the budget.
Technically.
Well, someone got featured on the TDS podcast, so someone has the money.
Alright.
And he does almost have double your subs, and he certainly has like 18 times like million of mine.
Oh dear. But there you go. That's E3. Do we want to do a quick just wrap up of E3 and our thoughts on each company? I guess, real quick. For me, Microsoft starting there was
wrong.
Very boring. Personally, I mean, there was cool stuff. Halo 4 looked very cool. I can see the sort of Metroid type influence there. I believe a guy from Retro Studios is working with those guys, so that makes a bit of sense that it kind of has a bit of a Metroid-ish feel to it. So that's kind of cool. Obviously, Black Ops 2 at the end looked very good. I think that the demo...
it didn't, and I'll tell you why it didn't, because it dragged on much longer than it needed to.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I thought the demo was far too long, but it did look nice. It was interesting stuff. It was too much of it. I think that they should have been short and snappy about it and finished with a bang, but it kind of just went on and on until it kind of ground itself into the ground. Then you had obviously the bullshit with Usher and the stupid shit with Smart Glass and stupid
Smart Glass was awesome.
No one gives a crap that you have exclusive ESPN. Seriously, no one cares. Apart from people who care about ESPN.
A whole lot of people care.
I know they do.
I thought the South Park thing was awesome.
The South Park thing was the highlight of the conference because they came out and they basically ripped on Microsoft. It was great. That was good. I enjoyed that. The real problem with Microsoft was that they just weren't interesting. There was nothing there which was interesting to gamers. It was all about the OS. It was about the OS, and it was about updates to the dashboard and updates to their services in terms of their video services and their music crap. things we didn't really care about, like Kinect stuff no one really cares about. There were the 2 games, there was Halo and there was Black Ops, and that was it. That was really all they had.
No, I think you're forgetting about Tomb Raider and how cool that looked.
Well, the thing with Tomb Raider is it's not an exclusive, and that's the
Still,
problem.
Oh, no. Oh, we're also forgetting Splinter Cell. That game looked legit.
Both of those did, sure. Microsoft had great Splinter Cell stuff, but Sony also had Splinter Cell at their thing, and Sony also probably, I think they didn't have on stage, but Tomb Raider was shown at the booth as well. So these things were at Microsoft press conference. Yes, they were shown there first, but that's because Microsoft had the first slot to go up on stage.
Smart.
Sony weren't able to obviously capitalize on that much. It was cool. It looked good. Those games looked good, but they're not exclusive, so not a really massive deal. The people who really benefited were Ubisoft, because Ubisoft were in control of a lot of the conferences. They had Assassin's Creed 3 at sort of every conference, and they had Far Cry 3, and they also had, Splinter Cell, so lots of stuff.
Ubisoft did really good, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I liked Microsoft's press conference. I really did.
It was really...
And you want to know what happened after that? Your Xbox died, because it's like, I can't believe you liked their conference. I'm going to commit suicide.
I agree. It's totally what it said.
That was karma right there. That was karma.
Karma police. We can, I guess, talk a little bit about EA and Ubisoft. I'd like to talk about Ubisoft a bit more anyway, because they kind of stole the show, really. EA was boring as fuck. They were like, hi, here's Dead Space 3. That's kind of interesting. And then here's a shooter, here's a...
What do you got against Dead Space?
No, I've got nothing against Dead Space. It's just we knew it was coming, so it's not really anything shocking. It's cool to see it. It's nice to see it there, right? But then they were like, oh, here's a shooter, here's a car game, here's a sports game, here's a shooter, here's a car game, here's a sports game, here's a shooter, here's a car game, here's a sports game, and then they finished, and it was pretty boring. If I'm honest, nothing too interesting at all. If you have anything interesting from EA, please tell me, because I honestly didn't find anything there interesting.
I didn't even see it.
I didn't watch it. I just watched the 3 main.
That's what tells you enough about EA. You didn't even watch it, so it shows how much we care. Anyway, let's move on to...
Well, to be fair, I missed most of the conferences anyway.
Well, yeah, you were doing whatever and stuff, so... Ubisoft. Ubisoft were good. They were surprisingly, their press conference itself was the worst presented by a country mile. First of all, you're taking a YouTube celebrity and putting them up on the stage, which is never a good idea, because the boundary Tobuscus, the boundary between the boundary between a real life thing and YouTube is so far. People don't really understand that, these YouTube people don't know how to act on actual television, on actual sort of proper events, because it was a train wreck. The interaction between the woman who was presenting and Tobuscus was the most awkward thing in the world. It was absolutely fucking terrible. But having said that...
Tell us how you really feel.
Having said that, they had very interesting things to show. For one thing, they had the 2 things exclusive on Wii U, which was the Rayman Legends thing. And honestly, Ubisoft had more interesting things going on the Wii U tablet than Nintendo themselves had. The Rayman Legends with the touchscreen and the second character going on, and that sort of rhythm level they had, that was so much more interesting than New Super Mario Bros. U. So much more interesting as a platformer, as a concept, so much more appealing. So that was really good. Then they had Zombie U. They didn't have an actual on-stage demo for it, but that trailer was awesome. That really was cool. And then obviously they had the Assassin's Creed stuff, which was the headline stuff, as well as Far Cry and loads of other cool things. And obviously the biggest hit of the show, which was everyone's surprise, was Watch Dogs. That was really awesome. I'm very excited.
I am not excited about that at all.
Probably because it's an open world game.
No, I have nothing against it. I've enjoyed Assassin's Creed. It's just, I feel like it's just going to be exactly like Assassin's Creed was, where it's very repetitive and scripted, and you're going to get bored of it very quickly.
Well, it looked like it had a lot of scope. It seemed like the sort of opposite, but when you think about that concept in general, like being able to control any electronic device, it seems like it would have to be scripted. I mean, they'd have to do a lot of work on this to make it...
Well, not just
having as much
that, but I mean, the car crash that they showed, if that's not randomized, if that is entirely scripted, that's going to take away so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know whether that was
Yeah.
a player decision
I mean,
or whether that had to
I'll buy
happen.
the thing, but if it comes out and it's exactly what I expected it to be, then I'm gonna be like, well, whatever. I kind of
Yeah.
expected this. But
Yeah.
if it comes out and it's great, well, then that's better for me because then I had low expectations and it far exceeded.
Yeah, exactly. No, it looks very nice. What do you think, Fizz, of Watch Dogs?
I honestly don't really remember watching it.
Okay.
I really don't. I know it was like a big deal, and I don't really remember it at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was essentially this guy in an open world, and he has his cell phone, which he's able to basically hack into any electronical device in the city. So he uses it to hack the phone signal around him, so that the bouncer in front of the club, who's on his phone, like suddenly has to walk away from the door. So he sneaks past him because he's ruined his phone signal, right? And then he's in the club and stuff, and he goes outside. And people are after him, so he uses his phone to change the traffic lights so that cars will crash in the middle of the road, and he can make his escape and make a scene so that he doesn't
got
by
it.
people, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it sounds like a cool.
It's
concept.
a really cool concept. It's just whether they can pull it off or not. And
that's what I'm saying. If it ends up being a
You have to
Assassin's Creed, you go here, you do these 3 things, you kill a dude. That's Assassin's Creed in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Mhm.
And I feel like there's a lot of ways that Watch Dogs can do that exact same thing. Yeah, there's a lot of potential there. And like I said, I'm hoping that it's better, but my expectations are low. Just because of my experience with Assassin's Creed. And you know what? I've beaten everything up to date, I think, except for, what was the last one that came out? Was it Revelations?
Revelations was the last one, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't beaten that one, but I mean, regardless of the fact that I think they're repetitive, I still enjoy the games and I still bought and played them, so I certainly will end up.
So you're a sucker.
Kind of. I like the story of the Assassin's Creed franchise more than I actually enjoyed the gameplay. But that's just me in a nutshell. That's why I enjoy RPGs, because musical scores and the story and the characters, those are the things that I actually care about more so than with COD running around and shooting stuff.
For sure. Now, if they want to be successful at this game, you have to be able to do all those things no matter where you are in the city, especially if it's going to be an open world type thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I mean. With
you should be able to change lights on a whim, like at every intersection, and stuff like that. That's how you make it good.
Scripted events and shit too.
Yeah. Just saying.
Okay,
so you got to make the.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Before we go any further.
Mhm.
How's Lollipop Chainsaw?
Hey, first, fuck you. Secondly, first hour of the game was magical. It's like Lisa Frank meets zombies, which is like the best, coolest thing ever. So yeah, I bought Lollipop Chainsaw, and I took it home to play, and then my Xbox froze, and then I got to work for like a half an hour. So I played it for half an hour. I was like, all right, yeah, my Xbox is working, yeah. And then it froze again in the middle of play. But it saved at this checkpointy part. And then so I towel tricked, and then I played it for like another half an hour, and then I got rid of the Xbox. But, yeah, it's really cool. But the buttons scheme is weird. It doesn't feel natural at all.
How so?
Okay. Just, first gut instinct, what do you press to jump?
A.
X.
Yeah, exactly. No, you do
not.
Right,
sorry, I'm PS3 controller.
Right, yeah, I got you. I know. So we're talking about the bottommost button. No. Jumping and dodging is all with B or circle.
That's not that uncommon either. It was similar to the way Kingdom Hearts did it, though.
It's not, but it was just kind of like weird at first, because the A button or X is just like a low attack.
Mm-hmm.
And it works good with the mechanics of the game, because sometimes there are like crawling zombies, so you need to do like a low attack. So it's nice to have like a button there for that. And then you got your standard light attack, heavy attack, and then there's like some lock-on options. I mean, it takes a little bit to get used to like the face buttons, but once you do, it's really not that bad. And
But it's not something super crazy like
no,
your
it's
auto
not.
attack is your left trigger button.
Yeah, exactly. No. It's not anything crazier out there. It was like, what? I was like, wait, what button is jump? Because like I'm so used to that just being the default jump button for like every game. But yeah, it's from what I played and experienced, I'm really into it, and I can't wait to play more.
Excellent. It's a Suda game, so it's one that's very interesting, and I would actually like to play it someday, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
With how you get games, basically, when it becomes
maybe
your
in like when it's like $10, quids, 10 quids, the dude.
I'm gonna go
I would
out
say
on a limb.
$10. I'd be picking that shit up. 'Cause
Yeah.
Greatest hits here at 20.
Yeah.
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 I'd go out on a limb and say it probably will. The price of that game will probably drop quickly. It's getting a lot of mixed reviews. Some people love it.
It
some
is,
people hate it.
yeah. It's kind of mixed across the board.
When I was playing it, I was like, this is like a very cult game.
Mm-hmm.
It's clearly not for everyone. And like, so there's gonna be the group of people that love it, and it's just not gonna be a very commercial hit, I don't think at all. So I'll go out there and say the price will probably drop quickly.
Yeah. I mean, that seems appropriate. So hopefully I'll be able to play it at some point. We'll see. Anyway, that was Ubisoft. We didn't move on just yet. But to Sony, just real quick. I would say that apart from Ubisoft, Sony had probably the most impressive stuff at their press conference. You obviously have Beyond, and you have The Last of Us, which were the two big things there. Beyond we didn't know about, and The Last of Us we did, but we got gameplay for The Last of Us, which was really awesome.
Awesome.
Very, very cool.
Can
and
we
that
instead
PlayStation
talk
Plus
about
shit,
the
that
real
is
star of the
great.
show?
Huh?
The real star of the show was the book.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, the real star of the show was the PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
I suppose.
The
That
real
was-
star
that
of the
was,
show
like,
was Jack Tretton
surprised.
saying, hey, everyone in the theater, we're giving you PlayStation Plus for a year for free. And I'm like, wow, thanks, dick. How about you give everyone in the stream PlayStation Plus for a year? Jesus. Really
Well, that's
annoys
what you
me.
get for going to E3.
Yeah,
Like,
I know,
there's a reason I want to go
but
to that
people who
shit.
go to E3 are journalists and they get given PlayStation Plus to, like, review and shit. Like, seriously, it's kind of ridiculous.
Not all of them are journalists.
Not all of them, but a lot of them are. I mean, a lot of
And
them
if
are
you
like
think of that,
bloggers.
guys like Jesse Cox from OFG Cata, there's like a bunch of people in that group of friends
Yeah.
on YouTube. They were all there.
Yeah, they were all there, but I mean, they're part of that sort of community. They're technically sort of coverage because of their YouTube stuff. So they have that stuff going on. But, there's bloggers and stuff there as well. So, it's a mixed bunch, I guess.
Basically, if you bought a ticket, you could go and say your journalism. It doesn't matter.
The thing is that all the people at the Sony press conference are likely the top people. Right? So it still doesn't make much sense because not everyone gets into the Sony press conference. Only a specific number of seats there, and they're limited to the most important people who have to be there. So, that's
I would
kind of
make
think.
myself one of those important people.
Yeah. Anyway, that was that really. There was Wonderbook, which seriously, if they just not done Wonderbook and maybe revealed a couple more PlayStation All-Stars characters, their press conference would look so much better. It would absolutely blow the others out of the water just because of that. It absolutely ground to a halt with Wonderbook, to the point at which
It was so bad.
the Wonderbook God of War came along and everyone was already asleep at that point and like, oh wait, God of War? What? Oh, okay, this is cool. I want to go back to sleep now because that was terrible, Wonderbook. I understand it is a fantastic opportunity for them. Having J.K. Rowling's name associated with that brand is a phenomenal marketing tool for them. But this is E3. You don't care about stuff like that at E3. Sell it to the 12-year-olds on your adverts. Don't sell it to E3 people. Especially when you have people doing the demo who can hardly work the bloody thing. It's really terrible.
Well, it's probably just because doesn't fucking work at all.
Exactly. It's shitty.
I doubt it was the people doing the demo. I am almost I'm 99% sure it's a product.
Yeah.
It looks like a shitty product to begin with.
It
That doesn't look like any fun whatsoever.
No.
Anything that, like, everyone looked bored.
Mm.
It's like, oh god. You're basically just pointing the thing at the screen and, like, not even anything fun is happening.
Yeah.
Might as well just watch TV.
Yeah, I agree.
Read a real fucking book, honestly. Like
read a book, motherfucker. Yeah. Read a motherfucking book.
Well, I mean, the way they pitched it in the beginning, they were like, oh, this is gonna be, like, take place as a book. So I was like, word? Really? Is that what you think?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No
one's gonna do that. That's gonna flop hard.
I wouldn't say that just yet, simply because it has J.K. Rowling's name attached with it, so...
Big whoop damn doo-doo. It also has a Harry Potter game that looks like shit. Yep. Harry Potter games, no one buys those. Those all have J.K. Rowling's name attached.
Technically, but I mean, this is like an interactive thing, you know, it's the sort of gimmicky crap that people who like, you know, doing that kind of stuff will buy into. You know, especially, I mean, there's a crossover there.
So what you're saying is it's a niche thing that really had no purpose of being at E3.
It shouldn't have been at E3, but it
shouldn't be anywhere.
It shouldn't exist in general, but it's probably good for their revenue
worst thing
stream.
Ever. I can't, like, it's gonna be expensive. Also.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my whole argument. It's gonna be expensive and it's gonna suck.
Plus, you have to have a Move controller, and you have to have the...
that too. You also have to have Move.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably bundle it together.
Probably. I mean, I would be surprised if they didn't, so it makes sense for them to do that. But anyway, the other thing that was very interesting at the Sony press conference was Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft, again, having such a strong presence. At Sony's press conference, they had an amazing Assassin's Creed demo, which was the ship combat, which... looks incredible. The physics engine on that and the waves and everything. Wow. Like, I was really impressed by the look of that thing.
Well, that's what Sony does.
I mean...
yeah, Sony looks great.
Yeah, it's... it was good.
You know what Sony does? They take out the ponytail and the glasses.
Yes, I agree. So no...
yeah, they do.
Sorry,
I had to have a mental image there.
Yeah.
I just had to get the image in my head. I was like, yeah, they do.
They definitely did a good job with that, because I think at that point, Assassin's Creed had already been shown twice in the same day. People were getting kind of tired of seeing Assassin's Creed 3 just out of every orifice. So the fact that Sony had that very starkly different demo on stage was really good for them, I think. Definitely got people even more excited about that game.
When Sony comes in the room, it turns into slow motion.
Did somebody start slow clap? Is that what you're saying?
No, no. What I'm saying is, it's like in Can't Hardly Wait when Jennifer Love Hewitt comes into the party for the first time, and everyone just stops, and it's slow motion for a while, and then the wind starts to blow, and her hair's like, oh yeah. That's what Sony does to video games.
They do. They make them look good. It's no lie.
And they put Ellen Page in all their shit. It's fine.
They do. They do that as well.
That's smart. One person on this planet that doesn't like Ellen Page. There's no one. You can't do it.
She is the true American sweetheart.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You know, she's in everything, but not anymore.
She's quirky, nerdy, and pretty. It's like,
yeah,
you don't need anything else.
I think the last thing really is Assassin's Creed on the Vita, which was a surprise announcement, one of the very few surprises at E3 this year. And it looks really interesting, very good. It's Assassin's Creed 3 set in the same time period, but with completely different campaigns.
Yeah, it's got like a female assassin, right?
Yeah, female assassin is the lead for the first.
Is it canon? Like, is it actually canon?
I'm pretty sure it is part of the canon. I'm not sure if Desmond will be at the helm for this assassin, but we'll see as more details about that arrive. I think that's coming out pretty.
I love the fact that it's a female assassin.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool. So
What? Do you just like it when she walks in the room and it just goes slow motion? Is that why?
No, just because I think girls are crazier, thus they fit the assassin role better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point there. Right.
Just defended like 1% of our viewership because
Pretty much. Anyway, that was Sony.
1%? That's more like a
0.01.
quarter percent.
I offended Jenny.
Yeah, the only girl who watches our podcast. It's
Yeah.
great times. Anyway,
If you're a girl who watches this podcast, make sure you tell Fizz, fuck you.
Please do.
Please do. At Fizzy Stardust.
Just because we want to know how many females we have watching this thing.
Yeah, I wonder.
I'd say 2.
Zoe.
maybe 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with just Jenny.
What about Zoe? Did our artwork, bro?
Oh yeah, Zoe. Well, I don't know if she actually watches them when they go up.
I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. That was the Sony press conference.
Let's talk Nintendo and how great they were.
Oh god. Okay, so here's my thoughts on Nintendo.
Nintendo. Wait, whoa, time out. How
What?
many points did you get from the Sony conference?
I got 3. No, 2.5. I got 2.5. Why?
But you didn't. I thought you didn't get any in Nintendo.
No, I got 1 in Nintendo. I got it for
did.
the no announcement for the release date and price date thing.
Oh, right.
Anyway, Nintendo opened really strong. Like, fantastic opening. I
What?
thought it was...
Didn't they open with Pikmin?
Yes, I think that...
You think Pikmin is strong?
Okay, when you
That
start...
set the tone
When you start a conference which promises amazing games as what Reggie promised, you think they're starting with Pikmin. This means what the hell else do they have planned? It could be it could be incredible, right? So I was thinking, okay, this is great. Pikmin, this looks really good. I'm not really the Pikmin guy, but I'm very excited that it's coming to Wii U. And, Miyamoto demoing it is great. It's good to have him up there and getting all that going very, very quickly straight off the bat. I'm like, okay, great. We're into Pikmin. Good. What's next? Hit me with another first party title. I want to hear it. I want to see it. And then Reggie comes on stage. Reggie's like, ladies and gentlemen, we have 23 games here for you today. I was like, yes, here we go.
And they all suck.
Yes,
God.
and then it went on, and they were like, let's show something from our third-party people, and they're like, Batman Armored Edition, and I'm like, okay, I don't really care, because I can buy this for like £20 on PS3 right now already, and I don't think the features are going to be...
It does, and what is the Wii U tablet called?
The gamepad.
Okay, so the gamepad, it didn't look like it really enhanced anything in that game at all.
It didn't, no. There was stuff with, like, activating BAT mode or some bullshit, I don't know.
Oh yeah, the new thing they added for
And then,
Nintendo guys to make it more
controlling,
cartoony.
using the gyro to control your boomerang round corners, which apparently on the show floor was horrendous and didn't work for anyone. And also apparently it looked really terribly visually, like it was not good visually on the show floor, so apparently that wasn't very good at all. So Batman was pretty much a terrible thing. When you spend 15 minutes of your conference talking about a game that will be over a year old by the time the console comes out, is a bad move from Nintendo's part. I really think that instead of that, they should have focused on a separate third-party game that was coming to Wii U. That maybe even Darksiders 2 would have been great to talk about, because that's much closer to, that's not even out yet. So, that would have been even more interesting as opposed to talking about Batman, which is already out. Really bad move on their part and didn't do them any favors. And then they had Scribblenauts after that, which is 3DS and Wii U game. Which looks cool. I like Scribblenauts. It's just, Scribblenauts. It's a cool game.
You put Abe Lincoln in that game. You could have Abe Lincoln and Jesus fight with like octopus. It's great.
It is. It's very cool. And Jake, your audio has been weird.
So is yours.
Okay, maybe we should staff.
Recall.
No, I'm hosting, so someone needs.
Okay.
Fuck. I can't drop. No, I'm not hosting.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I am.
Just drop Jake and bring him back. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. There was fracking What was I talking about? Nintendo, right? Okay.
Something about Nintendo.
Okay. And now I've lost. Go me.
We were at Scribblenauts.
Scribblenauts.
We were
Thank
at
you.
Scribblenauts.
Scribblenauts.
Pick it up.
Scribblenauts on something unleashed. I don't know, something unlimited. That's
One of those cop-out titles. Okay.
yeah, unlimited. Okay, doesn't really mean anything. But there's a 3DS version and a Wii U version. You can customize your Scribblenaut things by like putting any parts together. So they showed off a dog with a mohawk with wheels and with like a jet propulsion on its ass or something crazy. Like you literally just make whatever the hell you want. Scribblenaut's problem is, of course, that, you know, when you get to the puzzle aspect of it, you can usually solve everything with a very limited word space, and it often involves very specific things, which sometimes kind of difficult to figure out. But what it looks like they're doing is making it a bit more open world, which is kind of weird to say for a Scribblenauts game, but it seems like it's going to be more sort of less sort of level based and more sort of just, you know, go out and do what you like based type gameplay, which should be interesting. I'm definitely kind of interested to see how that game works. So that was a nice reveal, actually. We didn't know that was coming, so it was an actual a new game, just not that interesting, really. And then I guess things kind of kept going downhill from there. There was
that theme park thing.
That was right at the end, right? But I mean,
that was awful.
There was Just Dance. There was Just Dance on the Wii U, which was Reggie as the puppet master.
Here's what happened. They set the pace with Pikmin, which is a shitty game that no one wants.
No,
that's not true at all. You're an idiot. People want Pikmin.
You're an idiot, and you're angering every fanboy of Pikmin by saying that.
Good.
There are lots of people.
You obviously don't know how many people want Pikmin.
Yeah,
it's a ripoff of Lemmings. Come on.
It is not anything like Lemmings. Are you crazy?
Exactly like...
It is nothing like Lemmings.
Yeah.
Like fucking crazy. Oh my god. Okay.
It looks pretty much the same.
Okay, just because you have no idea what Pikmin is, it's fine, Fizz. You just whatever.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. Look,
They
out
had
of all the titles that they could have released, did you really want Pikmin?
No, but it was a fantastic way to
Exactly.
It was a fantastic way to open a press conference full of promise, which had no promise in the end, might I say, but it seemed like the perfect opening to what could be a perfect conference. It didn't.
They might as well have showed the storybook.
No. Wonder Book is not eclipsed by anything. There's literally the worst thing at this E3 is Wonder Book. No one can argue that. That is no arguments had.
I can.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yes, I can. You want to know what I can tell you the worst thing at E3 was?
Oh.
Usher.
Okay, Usher was bad. But Wonder Book...
Couldn't have been that bad.
I think Usher was better than Wonder Book, let's be honest. Usher is actually talented, and Wonder Book is like a
No, he's not.
It on the floor. Usher is he is talented. I don't like his music that much, but you can't deny he's talented. So anyway, moving on, because music discussions are stupid and pointless, we're gonna talk about how Nintendo grinded themselves into the ground with Nintendo Land. First of all, they showed Mario...
My internet's awful too. And he's still not answering. And ring,
We're in.
Okay.
Oh my god, no! My thing is bugged. It only shows that Fizz is here, and every time MVZ talks, it's coming through Fizz.
Anyway, I was talking about Mario Wii U.
Hey, make sure your thing is recording.
Yes, it is. It's recording.
Okay.
Mario Wii U. Which actually, from what I've heard from reports of the show floor, was a much more interesting game than any of the new Super Mario Bros. So far. They have a cool power-up, which is a squirrel suit, which apparently is very interesting and definitely one of the best power-ups they've had for a long time in that series. So that could be interesting. I guess it's probably the most solid launch title of them. The Nintendo first party stuff anyway. So that's probably what I'll end up buying, though I really, to be honest, don't want to get it at launch. Mario U is probably going to be the only game that I'm going to be interested in getting. So I'll pick it up probably, but that means I probably won't pick up the 3DS one, which apparently looks really bad. And weirdly, Nintendo only showed it at the last day of E3, which makes no sense. I don't even understand why they did that, but they held that back for the last day of E3 and only had demos on the last day. So that was a bit terrible. But Mario Wii U looks okay. I mean, it's solid. It was expected, and it'll be there at launch. So there you go. Then they had that one guy come out, and he was like, "We're gonna show you 3DS games that we're gonna talk about later." And he was like, "Oh, here are 3 games we already know about. Thanks a lot." So we had Paper Mario.
He didn't say they were new. He just said he was going to show you 3.
Yeah, I know, but then when we got to the 3DS conference, they showed nothing new there either, which was why it was pretty shitty. But yes,
I didn't even bother with the 3DS conference.
it was pointless. It was pointless. I was like really drunk when coming back from the pub and watching it, and I just was depressed by it. It was bad.
So now we know what you do on Friday night when Nintendo's conferences all suck.
Oh yeah. Anyway, what happened really with that was that the most interesting thing was Paper Mario, which got a subtitle, Sticker Star, and that's easily the game I'm most excited about on 3DS, apart from Fire Emblem. Those 2 games are the 2 ones that I'm looking out for. So it was nice to see some Paper Mario, but we already knew it was there, and we already knew Luigi's Mansion was there, and they completely glazed over Animal Crossing 100%. They didn't even mention it at all. So that was weird. But this is where we come to a really grinding halt. Nintendo Land. Now, Nintendo Land looks really good. Like, if I'm honest...
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
No. It looks fun, okay? It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I don't doubt that. Nintendo are very good at doing those sort of experiences. They've proved it with Wii Sports. Very fun, very wide appealing game. And that's what they're trying to do with Nintendo Land. I do not deny that it will be a very fun experience and I will enjoy it, but it is not a fully fleshed out first party title that we want. It is a mini game collection. And if you remember, the Wii died because of mini game collections. And yet the first thing, their flagship title, which they are pushing this system with, is a mini game collection. It's just bad. It's not what they need to be doing. They needed to have Retro's game there, but they didn't have it there. So that was really unfortunate.
It's gonna suck. All I have to say.
Nintendo sucks. The only good thing that looked good at all was that Lego game. Like that open world Lego game that looked like a GTA game.
I miss Lego Island.
Just saying.
That's those good old days.
Lego Island and Lego Cities share a lot in common, I think.
What is that Lego game called that they showed?
Lego City Undercover, I think.
Yeah, see, that looks sick.
I just want to go around and beat people so they explode into their Lego pieces.
Yeah, it just looks like a Lego GTA, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I should somehow get a quarter point with the GTA 5, but it's Lego GTA, so...
No.
Same thing.
Mm-mm.
Jake wins, let's go.
Anyway, that's kind of our E3 wrap-up. I think we're done.
Yeah, I think
Cool.
that's covering everything that we could have covered.
Cool.
I don't think that, we can talk a bit
What are you
about...
eating?
I'm eating
Why
melon.
are you eating on my...
I'm sorry.
Stop eating your prawns and potato.
It's melon.
You're a melon.
Mm-hmm.
I want to slobber on.
Okay.
Slobber my knocker.
I think that we've been going for a while, and I don't think that this is a conventional show, and we probably talked about enough today. So, yeah.
Rounds, let's go.
Anything you want to plug for your channel?
Yep.
Go.
Konami's Code NL. It's going up now after this podcast. You'll have already said it.
That's how I get the podcast, because I probably won't upload it till nighttime.
Yeah, it's going up now, so it will already be up by the time you see this, and then hopefully some console gameplay stuff. That's going to be great.
Sucking out COD with MBZ.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So check me out, youtube.com/FizzyStardust. At LFizz on Twitter. That's EL, not just the letter L. And then thefizz.tumblr.com and facebook.com/fizzystardust.
Boom.
Cool.
Got them all.
This week I have lots of things, I guess. I'm doing more Fire Emblem, more Face Lock, more battles, but Black and White 2 is coming out this week, so in Japanese, obviously, so everyone will be putting battles out about that. I'll probably be putting a few out, so Black and White 2 stuff, if you want to watch that, then I'll be doing that as well, so should be fun. And that's pretty much that, I guess. Yeah, that's about it for me. Done, really.
Jake, let's go.
I don't really have anything specific. I'm uploading as much as I can, whatever I can, until the end of the month when I move into my new home. You guys probably know that I moved out to Vancouver, but the place I'm at was only for the month. And then once I get myself situated, I will be getting myself some hefty internet, and I will be uploading and streaming and all of that good stuff whenever I am not at work.
Oh yeah, and then Jake's gonna teach me how to play LOL.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing. I'm going to teach him, and I'm going to record it, and I'm going to put that on the internet.
Let's do it.
It'd be great.
I would teach MVZ, but he's racist.
Okay.
Yeah, he hates the whites.
Okay, I think we're done here.
That's all for 2.5 Gamers,
be it
guys.
for now. We'll let you guys know when the next one will be, hopefully live, but
Indeed.
we have no idea.
Yeah.
So,
Soon.
thanks for watching,
Hopefully.
and go check out those two. But most importantly, subscribe to me, because
Most importantly.
I am the pinky of the group. And I mean like the pinky finger, not pinky in the brain.
You're pretty much the pinky in the brain.
Which is, well, let's face it, Pinky was the better of the characters, so.
Yeah. Pinky was the smart one, really.
What?
What do you want to do tonight,
Well,
right?
he's smart to you, NPC, but I
Yeah.
mean, to the rest of us, he's a blithering idiot.
Okay, sure. Whatever you want.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and
Dude,
take over the world.
And with that, we're done.
Cue the MVZ outro.
Bum bum bara bara bum 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 bara bara bum 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 dun 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 Use this as outtakes. That'll be good.